Hey, it's Mark with another Super Bowler Smash Attack video, and today we have a Corner Town Hall base. Step one is to try to figure out if we can take the Town Hall down with the Flame Flinger. I mean, the defenses around this Town Hall would not be a problem to get the Flame Flinger to take it down. There's a couple of mortars over here, and there are a couple of ground expos, but you know they're out of range of where the Flame Flinger would be, so that wouldn't be a problem. Probably the biggest thing that I see right away when I see this is I do look for these spell towers, the invisibility spell towers, and I think that would be a problem because as soon as it's behind the town hall, I don't know, even if it were in front of the town hall, I think it'd be problematic, but the fire spirits would trigger the invisibility spell and then make the town hall invisible. And then that would be a problem for the Flame Flinger. If it was targeting the town hall at that time, it would go off in some other direction and then probably get targeted by the town hall when the invisibility wore off. So I would skip the town hall in this case. And so the second thing is, we looked at a couple of the expos, and the other two expos are, one is here and one is over here. So all the expos are ground on this base, and this is a ground attack, so that's kind of, that's the worst case possibility. But they're a little bit further away from the corners. They're kind of more off to the side, and especially for 3 o'clock. I mean, they're a little bit closer to, I think, to 12 and to 6. From that perspective, I'd be thinking about using the Flame Flinger at 3. And then if we look at 3 o'clock for the Flame Flinger, well, that actually looks pretty decent because there's, the expos are further away. And there are a couple of mortars here, but they're right on the edge, especially after that archer tower goes down. Or if the archer tower was being tanked by a Yeti, it'd be really easy to take out these mortars on the edge just by using a loon. There's not an air defense. The air defense is way back here. So there's nothing really covering like an air troop from taking out those mortars. So that 3 o'clock spot would be a good place to go. And 6 o'clock or 12 o'clock for the Warden, it's symmetric, so it's pretty similar. The thing that kind of makes it a little bit different usually is where are the heroes? And there's a queen down here, and there's a royal champion up here. And I do kind of like going in at the queen first if I can, just to get her out of the way. She does so much damage, but her hit points are, relatively low compared to the other heroes. It's a little bit easier to take her out, especially with the Super Bowlers raged up. But she is in this compartment where the Warden would be kind of making the funnel. So most likely the Warden is going to have to deal with her. Sometimes that means having to use a spell and using the Headhunter, which that's a reason why the Headhunter is in the army. And so, but that's often usually what happens is I kind of wait to see if the queen will hold back and not go after the Warden. And if she does step up and start targeting the Warden, then, I usually will freeze her and then bring in the Headhunter to help take her out. The Warden hits really hard, so it doesn't take him too long to take out the queen. It does normally help to have the Headhunter in there, though. It's either that or to use the skeleton spell. And so, yeah, that's the game plan. Attack started here. And there goes the Yeti in at 3 o'clock with the Flame Flinger in behind. And just a loon on each one of those mortars to take them down. And it's just one of them, so it takes a little bit of time, but there's not much targeting them at all, so that was easy. The Warden is working in at 6 o'clock, clearing out that compartment when that queen is lingering there behind. So I definitely am going to be keeping an eye on that queen. And in the meantime, I did Super Wallbreak this opening here for the pathing. And here comes the queen up on the Grand Warden. The Warden was targeting that wizard tower when the queen came up, and so I froze her and I brought in the headhunter. The headhunter got targeted by the archer tower, but as long as the headhunter gets a couple of shots off on the queen, it's plenty good. And now the time is starting to get a little bit low, and this is when the main troops are going in, the king to pull over the warden, the queen to just clean up a couple more buildings on the outside, and then the boulders to come in after the queen gets rid of those trash buildings. And now here comes the main army, rage them up, jump them into the core, poison the CC troops, another jump to get into the monolith compartment, and now it's just raging up the troops and the royal champion to come in up the upper left hand side. I put down the skeleton spell on the defensive royal champion to help out the royal champion, distract her, and in the meantime the queen is working away right over by the town hall, and the king is actually still alive, quite surprising. And this is where the phoenix kind of comes into play. And that I am kind of liking the phoenix on the king right now. And the king actually takes down the town hall with using the phoenix ability. So that was pretty cool. And now the queen went down to a giant bomb. We got a couple of Yetis stuck behind walls over here, but we still have the royal champion ability, clears out the last defenses, and now it's just a simple matter of some cleanup. The triple bounces from the super bowlers are helping to take out one of those elixir storages, and there it is, another 3-star with a super bowler smash attack.